Annyeonghaseyo, everybody. Hello and welcome to your English Business and Tourism class. I will be your new lecturer. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Professor Mary, so I'll be teaching you business tourism for the next semester. If you have any questions or you're not sure about anything, please don't be scared to contact me. Here is my email address. It's actually much quicker and better for you to contact me using my email. But if you want, you can also put questions in the Q&A on our YJP website, okay? Let's start. Okay, before we start the lesson, I thought I'll speak about my grading. Okay, so as you know, in Pyeongchun, we always have our attendance and participation scores. We have assignments, midterm exam, as well as your final exam scores. Okay, but for my class, and because of COVID-19, we're going to do things just a little different, okay? So for your attendance score, you actually need to finish your YJP quiz, okay? So you'll just have a few questions about the video or about the PPT, about today's class, okay? Then we have our assignments. Most of the time we have 2 assignments for 10% each, but because you have homework every class, I will give homework will be your first 10%, so you will have assignment 1 won't be there, and your second assignment will be for 10%. So you will only have 1 assignment, and your homework will be the 10%. So please make sure you finish your YJP quiz, you finish your homework, and you hand in your assignment so that you can get very good grades, right? Okay, then we have our 2 exams, midterm exam and final exam. Our midterm exam is a speaking exam, okay? So I will give you some time to prepare for a speaking exam. You will speak maybe individually or maybe in pairs, 2 of you, or in a group. Okay, I will let you know closer to the time. But we will only do a speaking exam if you are back in class in Yeongjin. But if you're still online, we will not have a speaking midterm exam, okay? We will just have a final writing exam. Okay, let's start today's class. Today's class is on COVID, the effect of COVID on business and tourism, okay? Let's see. So every class I will have an introduction, vocabulary, then we'll do some practice. So the practice can be listening or reading, it can be writing or speaking. Then you'll have a quiz, okay, which you will finish on YJP, and you will have your homework, which will be 1%. For every class homework, it will count 1%. Okay. If there is anything you do not understand, please use a dictionary, okay? You can search, or you can use a translator on Papaka. Or last, you can contact me. If you can't find it in the dictionary, you use the translator and you still don't understand, you can call me, okay? Either ask a question on YJP Q&A, or you can email me at marymkhonto@gmail.com. Okay, let me tell you, my name is Tono Mary Mkhonto. I forgot to tell you, okay? Mary Mkhonto. But please, just call me Prof. Mary or Mary. It's okay. Much easier, right? Let's start with the introduction. Okay, so in 2019, what happened in 2019? In 2019, when you look at the picture, what do you see? We were so happy, right? We were free. We were sitting next to each other. Things were much easier. So in 2019, we were free and life was more fun. Businesses and tourism, both business and tourism were good, right? But, in 2020, we had COVID-19. So everything changed in 2020. Okay, and we had the world changing in 2020 as COVID spread around the world. Okay, a lot of stress, right? Okay, so here is our first vocabulary word. We have business. Business is our first vocabulary word. What happened to businesses during COVID-19? They actually went down, right? So So businesses had to close, a lot of stores, a lot of shops, they had to close, right? Even here in Daegu, on the street next to Yeongjin University, a lot of businesses have closed. Restaurants have closed. Then we had tourism. Oh, tourism. Tourism changed a lot. This was at Italy before COVID-19. Italy was full and there were many long lines, as you can see. People would love to go to Italy. Have you been to Italy? I haven't gone to Italy. Look at Paris in 2019, in 2020. Now Paris is empty. There's only one person, two people, three people. Because of COVID-19 and social distancing, people can't travel. Yeah, so traveling has become a nightmare, a headache, right? You need a passport, you need gloves, you need a mask, you need to cover social distancing. It's like, okay, so let's see. What was Japan's solution? Okay, Japan's solution was, don't scream. Okay, let's find out. So, let's think. Just look at the picture. What do you think this is about? So Japan said, okay, COVID-19 in 2019, everybody was happy and free. We can still ride the roller coaster, but don't scream. Okay, so no screaming, please. Japan amusement parks issue new COVID-19 guidelines. Ooh, I'll read it one more time. No screaming, please. Japan amusement parks issue new COVID-19 guidelines. So, I have, for my very first question, I want you to tell me, what do you think? I would like you to read through this. So, your first homework, this will be number 1. I will give you a homework worksheet, which you will get on YJP. You will download the worksheet and you will type, okay? So what I want you to do for your true and false is to please read the headline and guess if it is true or false. So I want you to read this and to look at this picture together, okay? I want you to think and I want you to answer the questions. Let me read the questions for you, okay? One amusement park in Japan will tell people not to scream, okay? So they're saying only one amusement park in Japan says people should not scream. Do you think it's true or do you think it's false? Or do you think all amusement parks in Japan, okay? So you will answer true or false, okay? So you'll have A, B, C, D to H, okay? You can use your dictionary as well if you're a little bit lost with the questions. If you have any problems or any translation, please contact me, okay? So I have also prepared a video for you to watch. Once you have completed answering the true and false questions, you will watch the video about Japan and see, is it true or false? Is it what's happening? Okay, let's see. Can we play the video for you? Press play. Okay, it's not playing, okay, but you can play it at home. You can play the video for yourself at home on your computer and watch. And tell me, when you finish watching the video, please check your questions and see, were you right or were you wrong? Okay, let's move along. Let's move along to vocabulary for today's class. Okay, number 1, operator. Okay, what is an operator? An operator is a person or a company that runs a business. Okay, so it can be one person who runs a business. So she has a very small coffee business. Or it can be a company. So you can have a big company like Samsung helping a very small company. And it can tell the small company what to do or give that small company some money. So when a person or a company runs a business, that is an operator. Let's do number 2, guidelines. Okay, what are guidelines? Guidelines or rules or advice for people to follow. So let's see some guidelines. So Yongjin University has some guidelines about COVID-19 classes. So for COVID-19, you cannot sit together, you cannot sit close together, or you cannot touch somebody else's paper. Those are rules and guidelines. When you go to the airport, you have to stand on the circle. Those are guidelines, they're rules. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Infected. We know a lot about infected because of COVID-19. So it's a person who has a disease-causing virus. So if you have COVID-19 and you are infected. Okay, so you can say, I'm infected from COVID-19, right? Our next one is rides. Rides, okay? So people get on rides at amusement parks, okay? What is your favorite ride at amusement parks? I know I really love the roller coaster, right? So my favorite ride at the amusement park is a roller coaster. I love the roller coaster at an amusement park. Okay. So you also have Ferris wheels, merry-go-rounds. They're different kinds of rides. It's something you get on and you ride. Okay. When you practice and do your homework at home, I have a little voice recording so you can listen to the word, and also you can listen to one sentence example of how to use this word in a sentence. Let's look at the next one. Emergency. When I think of an emergency, I think of danger, right? So a serious or dangerous situation that needs quick action, okay? So if somebody's choking, you have to run quickly, not no, okay? It's an emergency. If you see a fire, you're like, wait, water! That's an emergency. Okay. Then we have advice. Okay. So when you have your boss or your manager, they will always give you advice. They're good ideas given to somebody. You always get advice from your friends, like, oh, my girlfriend, she's so crazy. And your friends will say, no, don't worry, don't worry. She's not crazy. Give her a ring. Okay, so advice. Then we have distance. Distance, okay. So the amount of space between two people. During COVID-19, we had social distancing, right? So we had distance between you and your friend, or distance between you and another person. Those are social distancing. I think social distancing is 2 meters, right? From everybody, 2 meters. So I am 2 meters from my partner, right? That's a distance. Our last one is maintain. So maintain can have 2 meanings. You can fix a machine. So if your computer, every month, you fix it or you refresh it, that is maintaining. You make sure that your computer is the best and the fastest and always working very well. You can maintain a machine, maintain a phone, you can maintain a car. Okay. Maintain is also with social distancing. Maintain means to keep something at the same level or rate. So maintain social distancing means when you're walking with your friend, you are always 2 meters. That is maintaining, okay? But if you're walking and you, that is not maintaining, okay? Okay, let's see. Now I have your activity number 2. I want you to match the vocabulary to the correct meaning, okay? Match the vocabulary to the correct meaning. So you have on the left your vocabulary words. Operator, guidelines, infected, rides, emergency, advice, maintain, and distance, right? And on the right, you have the meanings. So A roller coaster, merry-go-rounds, and other rides at an amusement park, right? B, a person who runs a business. C, a person who has a virus or a disease. D, general rules or advice people follow. E, keep something at the same level or rate. F, good ideas given to somebody. G, their amount of space between two things or people, and H, a serious and dangerous situation that needs quick action. So I want you to read through these and you will match correctly, and you will give this to me as homework. Okay. So just do a simple match. Next, we have our practice section. So for practice, this will be the work you do at home. So I have a story right here. Where is the listening box? Okay, so you will click on the listening box and you will listen to the story, okay? When you finish listening, you
Activity 3, listening. The amusement park.
Okay.
A group of amusement park.
Okay, when you finish listening to the story, then you will fill in the missing words. So, of an amusement park operates. Visitors, okay? You will write the answers for your homework. Okay, so you will choose one of these few words. Haunted, screaming, reduces, group, safely, prepare, rides, and amount.
Activity 3.
Next we have travel safety. Travel safety. Oh, okay, so do you think traveling during COVID-19 is a good idea or not a good idea? What do you think? Travel safety. I think it's a little dangerous because maybe you are traveling and you can touch somebody with COVID, or somebody can just a little bit. You know, you have to be very careful, especially when you go back to university or go back to school. Traveling, it can be safe, but it's not so fun, you know? Okay, so to prevent COVID-19 during travel, you have to take the following steps, okay? Keep a distance and wear a cloth mask over your face. Cloth mask, not so safe for traveling. I think you need regulation mask, right? Then you need to wash your hands for 1 minute, right? And then you can also use a hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is also good, always for traveling. Okay, what do you think? So I have a question for you, and I want you to write the answer at home for homework. Is it safe to travel or visit an amusement park? Is it safe to travel or visit amusement parks? So I want you to practice, okay? I want you to speak and say, yeah, I think it's safe. I think traveling is not so safe right now. Maybe 2 months or 3 months. So I want you to think about it. For amusement parks, I think some amusement parks are okay. I think for Disneyland, maybe check the safety. If at the amusement parks they're always spraying, sanitizing, and there's social distance, one person sits here, one person sits there, maybe, okay, maybe. What do you think? When you finished, you are then going to read, okay? You're going to read. So this is a reading activity. Read the text. This is the text. And choose the correct answer. So on the next page, I have some questions for you. But here, I need you to read first. So I'm going to read it together with you, okay? So Japan's amusement parks are slowly reopening. So Japan, the amusement parks are slowly opening as the coronavirus emergency was lifted earlier this week, okay? So Japan is more safer now, that's why. The country's biggest theme, parks, Tokyo Disneyland and Universal Studios Japan in Osaka, remain closed. Okay, so all the amusement parks are open, but those two, Disneyland and Universal Studios, are closed, okay? They have been closed since the beginning of March. Most things have been closed from March. They have not set a date for reopening. When they do open, they will likely follow the guidelines. Okay, so they will follow the rules, right? Guidelines. At Other recommendations, advice include wearing a mask, right? And social distancing. One piece of advice stated, oh my gosh, ghosts lurking in the haunted houses should maintain a healthy social distance from their victims. Huh? So a ghost, woo, social distance too? That's crazy, oh my gosh. So in addition, all the park staff, including those dressed as mascots wearing costume like Halloween, and superheroes like Superman, should not shake hands. So no, and or high five are not allowed. Okay, so you have to read this one more time for yourself at home, and then we will answer these questions, okay? So question number 1, amusement parks are slowly reopening as the coronavirus emergency. So you will read and then you will read the answers. Once lifted earlier, twice lifted earlier, waist lifted earlier, was lifted earlier. Okay, so this is more for you to check the grammar if there's any problems, okay? If the grammar is wrong, please don't choose it. Okay, please don't choose it, okay? You can choose A, B, C, or D, and you will just have to circle the right answer. Let's move on. So last, I will want you to complete Table 5. Table 5 asks you a question. I want to know, do you think it's a good idea? Yes or no? So first you were thinking, but now I want you to type or you can write the answer, okay? Do you think it's a good idea that the roller coasters are open again? Yes or no? I said no. It is difficult not to scream. When you're on the roller coaster, I think it's a bad idea, okay? I also think it's dangerous to ride with a mask because when you are on the ride and you are breath. So I think maybe if you could faint. I think it's very, very dangerous. Roller coasters need to be sanitized. I think it's too much work because if they don't sanitize, maybe somebody with corona will sit on the chair and then jump off. Then me, will sit down and corona. Okay, I think it's a little bit dangerous, okay? For people, they need to clean the rides, sanitize the rides after every time. I think too much work and a lot of money. Then I want to know, do you think a water park is a good idea or a bad idea? A haunted house, the dark haunted house, do you think it's a good idea with the ghosts? I think so. Museum, I think it's okay. I think a museum is safe. Museum, everybody's always very distant, okay? Then we have the big wheel. Daegu has a nice big Ferris wheel, big wheel. They go, ooh, okay? Do you think that is a good idea if it's open? And tell me why. Okay, so your homework for this class, let's go over. I want you to complete the true and false guessing activity 1. I want you to finish the matching activity. Okay, I want you to do the listening activity and fill in the gaps, and also the reading and the multiple choice. Last, I want you to finish, we have 4 and 5, table number 5. Okay, we need to finish table number 5, so it's 5 activities. So every week for homework, I will give you 4 activities or 5 activities which you have to finish, okay? Then on Friday, not same day, okay? I want you to finish this activity during class time because your class time is 3 hours. So you can finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 3 hours. I think you can do it very quickly, right? So you can give me same day or Friday, okay? But no later than Friday. Saturday, no. Sunday, no. Please give your reports by Friday, okay? And I will check them, and that will be your homework score for the semester, for your portfolio. Okay, if you have any questions about this class, please contact me on YJP or you can send me a message on Q&A. Thank you so much for joining me for your first business tourism class. I'm Professor Mkhonto, Mkhonto, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. 안녕하세요.